78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share the video. So, difficult video for me, seeing as though everybody knows that Brett Favre, is my favorite quarterback in NFL history. I grew up a Packer fan, huge Brett Favre fan. But, Brett Favre has been caught in a scandal, and Brett Favre has been caught lying. It appears, at least. It appears he's been caught lying. And this is sad. According to the Mississippi State Auditor, who was alerted that there was some misappropriation of funds, which caused him to start investigating what happened to the funds for Mississippi welfare recipients, families in need. As he was doing his research, he discovered that there was money. That money went to Brett Favre. Brett Favre allegedly received over $1 million for speaking engagements that he never did. He also received money to build over like $5 million or something like that to build a girls volleyball stadium for his daughter's school. Okay, now let's talk about this. The Mississippi State Auditor went on Twitter, Chad White, and he's been letting Brett Favre have it. Okay, remember, this guy is one of the people that Brett Favre is suing. I don't know why Brett Favre is pushing this far. At this point, if you're guilty, Brett Favre should just came out and said, "Look, man, just hold the L, take your punishment, fall on the sword, go ahead and get that out the way, and let the healing process happen." But instead, he's fighting this, and he's digging himself deeper and deeper in a hole. You know what I'm saying? So here we got Chad White says, the new text also provide another example of Favre asking to keep everything quiet while talking about getting paid in grant money. Favre asked Nancy New, that's the woman Favre was talking to in the text messages, can we keep this confidential? Now, remember, it was another issue, some other group of text messages that came out earlier that the media was talking about. And in those conversations, Favre was also asking about, is there any way that this stuff can be linked back to me? Can this remain confidential? That kind of stuff, He also says the point is that there are multiple exchanges where Favre stressed the need for secrecy. National news has talked about how Favre said in one text that he didn't want the media to find out. This wasn't a one-off. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying that basically Favre knew, he's constantly saying, repeatedly saying in these text messages that he wants confidentiality, he wants secrecy in these type of situations. So it's not looking good for Brett, He also says, finally, the text show definitely Favre was aware there were concerns about the legality of spending this money on a volleyball court. And he knew there was a need to keep around, a need to get around those rules, right? So I'm just going to show you some more stuff he's talking about here. He says here, he'd been told that funds could not be spent on brick and mortar facilities like volleyball court. And he asked the woman if washing grant money through Favre Enterprises would solve the brick and mortar issue. She said yes. Wow. This is a lot of shady shenanigans going on. This is like corruption, a lot of corruption in the Mississippi state government. A lot of corruption. And this is a state auditor, this guy here. You know what I'm saying? This is a state auditor. He says, bear in mind, this is the guy suing me for defamation for having the temerity to tell taxpayers the truth, that Favre knew he was being paid in public funds, and he knows this was a sham. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brett Favre is in hot water. It looks like he's in deep doodle here. Don't see him getting out of this. He's dug himself deeper and deeper with the lies. I think Brett Favre should have just came out and fell on his sword right away and begged for the mercy of the court, mercy of the public opinion. And I think with his reputation as a great quarterback, I think people would have probably given him a slap on the wrist. But because Brett Favre is fighting tooth and nail, denying it, yet you've been set up because they got all these text messages. You know what I'm saying? They got all these text messages of your interacting with these people. You're asking for confidentiality. You're asking for secrecy. So if you're asking for these things, you must have something to hide. The only way you ask somebody, can we keep this confidential? Can we keep? Is there any way the media is going to find out where this money came from? Can I watch the money through my enterprise, through my company? See, come on, man. Come on. At the end of the day, we know what it is. And Brett Favre has to be held accountable. He just has to be. He has to be held accountable, and people should demand that Favre is held accountable. The people of Mississippi is one of the poorest states, if not the poorest state in the country, okay? So you got so many rundown schools, rundown everything down there, and you would think that they would hold on to that money and use it for the right purposes for the people that actually need the money, the poor. With all the people that's in poverty or below the poverty line in Mississippi, Brett Favre is a millionaire. So for him to steal from those people or accept money from those people, there was money that was intended for those people, is disgraceful. And that's just what it is. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You can't finesse your way out of this situation. You can't leave people starving, leave people hungry, especially in a time where the country, the dollars, the dollar is dropping and all this. You're going to leave people hungry to go build a volleyball facility, okay? A volleyball facility for your daughter's school. If that's not selfish, I don't know what is. But, Brett Favre has conducted himself selfishly throughout his football career as well. So this is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What should happen to Brett Favre if he's found to be guilty of these charges made by the Mississippi auditor, Mississippi State Auditor. 7 Day Sports TV, salute to the mighty ldbc, and I holler.